Ooh, mid-1600s guy. With a Kyogre. With a hyper offense Kyogre. That's not going to be good for me. Yeah, that's not going to be good for me at all. It's mainly because of the Serena. I knew Sneasler to get unburdened. Yeah, I'm not liking this. This doesn't seem like a good matchup for me at all, because their hyper offense will outdo my hyper offense, because they've got slightly stronger speed control, which wouldn't matter if I can just go for Sucker Punch and Extreme Speed through their team, but the Serena is going to stop that. But are they even going to bring the Serena? Because I only have a little bit of priority. If they lead with Tornadus Kyogre, then we got the mind game of do they protect or do they attack? And like Assault Vest is wait, this is that top 32 team at Worlds. And that was Assault Vest. That was an Assault Vest Kyogre. It's the same 6. And that was Assault Vest. So I'm going to assume that they are Assault Vest, and that's not a cool training card. And they're not going to protect on the first turn if they lead with Tornadus Kyogre. But it's Urshifu. Okay. And that's a choice band, Urshifu. If it is, like, obviously it could be different, but it's the same 6. And with the information that I have, I think it is reasonable to make those assumptions that that is still the choice band one. And that assumption is correct. And that is a KO'd Urshifu. The nice thing is about the Unburden is it's dynamic. So, is it going to KO the Tornadus? Not quite, but I could feint KO that if I would like. And that's why it didn't KO, because it was Focus Sash. But a Bleakwind Storm will bring me to Focus Sash as well. Which means I'd be able to get a close combat off into the Kyogre if I wanted. I could also feint the Tornadus this turn. By the way, I believe, but like, unless this is Choice Scarf Kyogre, and I don't think it was, I'm seeing this as the path to take. To go for Terra Stellar Close Combat, because Bleakman Storm will activate my Unburden, meaning that my Sneasler is now faster, reducing the damage from the Water Spout, which they're definitely going for this turn, and my Calyrex might be able to survive. That's what I'm going for here. I could have feinted KO the Tornadus, and then Sneasler definitely survives this turn. But, too late now. This is the path that I'm seeing. That was clearly flawed. However, I'm still doing huge damage to the Kyogre because I've got the Focus Sash. That seems very odd to me. Unless they thought, like, they were probably... No. That doesn't seem odd because it makes sense that they understand how Unburden works. However, this is going to be huge damage. I don't expect it to KO. Like so. But now, I can feint KO things. Can't remember if they were Thunder or not. I still need my Sneasler for the Serena, don't I? Let's go with Regieleki. And I'm unburdened, but scary-faced, so still slower. I'm going to play as if they do not have Serena in the back, and if they do, oh no. They should go for Scary Face and Origin Pulse. That is going to be Serena, isn't it? That is Serena. That is annoying. If that would have been Electro Web, then I was still looking pretty good. But now this is not good, because they're going to KO, and I'm locked into Extreme Speed now, so I lose. I can't beat this now. No, I'm not locked into Extreme Speed. They still went for Scary Face. There is still a chance. No, it's a big shame I didn't attack the Tornadoes there, because this is the last turn of Tailwind, isn't it? Yeah, there's no way back. They go for Bleakwind Storm and they KO, and I can't do anything. They're going for Terror. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because what they use the Terror on anything else for. But yeah, Bleakwind, did Serena just wink at me as it's just about to KO me? That's quite funny. But yeah, no, I was pinned. That needed to be Diaclaw into the Tornadoes. Because they, like, I don't know why they went Scary Face. That should have been Bleakwind Storm. But yeah, if that had been Diaclaw, or like Diaclaw into the Kyogre slot would have also done it, because then that would have taken away their priority protection, and then I've got them pinned with Extreme Speed and Aqua Jet. So that was doable. But I don't think it was reasonable to go for Diaclaw when their play should theoretically have been Bleakwind Storm. Like, I am surprised they went for Scary Face into Regieleki. Clearly they're a slow, bulky Kyogre, so it's probably like the original team. No, Bleakwind Storm wouldn't have worked there because they're slower. Regieleki should be faster anyway, and then Electro Web would double KO. So I need to think about that one some more, because yeah, no, Scary Face does make sense. And that means that it did need to be Diaclaw and Electro Web. Like, obviously Diaclaw and Electro Web wins based on what happens, but that was workoutable, that would have been a reasonable play. Yeah, I understand the logic they were following, and therefore I should have followed the last load of 1400s. I should have followed the logic of Electro Web and Diaclaw. But that is a Dialga. With an Iron Treads as well, but that got second at UIC, so that's not a surprising one anymore. Dialga Origin is. I think I can still go for Ogerpon protecting from Grimmsnarl Prankster shenanigans. They got Ogerpon, so my Urshifu isn't as good. Sneasler's good. I'll go Sneasler. Sneasler hits everything super effectively if that is a Dark Urshifu. That's quite funny. And I'm going to go with Chempower as my last one. And that is not a cool trainer card. This one's got Dialga, so that's perfectly fine. Just debating on if I need to follow me here. Yeah, it was pretty strong. What did I have in the back? It was Sneasler and Chempower, wasn't it? So I'll be able to Sucker Punch KO afterwards. So yeah, I'm just going to play extra safe, because the Calyrex is pretty important here. Light Screen would be perfectly fine, because I'll be strong enough to blast through them. But I'd be surprised if they have Light Screen, given they have a Grimmsnarl. Feels like that would be overlapping rolls when you could make more use of your Whimsicott. Unless it's not the screens Grimmsnarl, it's like the fake outs Thunderwave one. But it's just Tailwinds, that's fine. And if it was Flash Cannon, I'm going to be sad that, yeah, if it's Flash Cannon, I'm going to be sad I didn't go for Helping Hand or Ivy Cudgel, but oh well, just playing it extra safe. And then is it Sash on the Whimsicott? It looks like it's Sash on the Whimsicott. But now, I should have just gone for not Follow Me anyway, because I'm in the position where Moonblast will now KO the Ogerpon, and whatever attack I was scared of from the Dialga will go into the Calyrex. So, I think that was suboptimal. Helping Hand would have clearly been the best play there, because that would have just cleared the board. Or it wouldn't have done, because the Whimsicott was Focus Slash, but it would have KO'd the Dialga at least. Or I could have Ivy Cudgel KO'd either one. I don't think Dialga's in... Like, Draco won't get me, right? It's got the boost from the Adamant Crystal. But... What? You had to attack with the Whimsicott there. What? No, your Iron Shreds gets KO'd to this. It's got terrible special defense. What was that? That was a weird play. Like, that definitely had to be Whimsicott going for Moonblast to KO the Ogerpon so that whatever goes into the Calyrex, but this is just a double KO here. And I get to go into my Sneasler now and feint KO the Whimsicott. Because, yeah, Iron Shreds has terrible special defense, so that was always going to KO. That was a surprising second turn. And Feint is better than Fake Out here in case they go for Protect. Because both of them out-prioritize the Whimsicott. Well, it's Urshifu, so if it's Dark, then I probably need to fake that out instead. I probably need to fake that out instead. Although it doesn't actually matter, because... I don't know, in case the Terra Ghost with the Whimsicott, just in case. I guess if they Terra Ghost with the Urshifu, then that's the bad thing. It's a Terra. It might be Terra Ghost on the Whimsicott. No, it's on the Urshifu. Don't be Ghost. It's poison, okay. That doesn't make a difference. So the game is over. That was Endeavour, okay. Does that activate my Unburden? That doesn't, because my Focus Sash didn't activate, right? That's the equivalent of doing, like, the 54? Do I have 155 HP? Yeah, that's the equivalent of the invisible Focus Sash, so the Focus Sash doesn't activate, and therefore Unburden doesn't activate. That was just a thought that I had when that happened. But, yeah, that was a pretty straightforward game. I think the game was immediately over as soon as they switched the Whimsicott. And that won't be too many points with it, because that was someone in the 1400s, I think, if I remember. One, two, three, four. Okay, mid 1500s, it's fine. Well, that's an Eternitus. That's something, alright. What is preventing me from going for Ogerpon Calyrex? Very little as far as I can see. And then against the Dondozo thing, I want Regiga lucky. I want extra against the Eternitus in case Calyrex gets dealt with quickly, so I'll need Champao. Because the fighting types do not deal with the Eternitus at all. Eternitus is going to be tricky if I lose my Calyrex early. That's a cool trainer card. That is reasonable as a start. Is going to be not Sash, so I should be able to follow me in Astro Barrage here. And if they're not Terra Normal, then Fluttermane gets dealt with, and then the Chien-Pao, they are Terra, gets put into Extreme Speed range. However, because they've now gone for Terra Normal with the Fluttermane, like so, I can Extreme Speed them with my Regieleki. I should be losing the Ogerpon here, and it's most likely Icy Wind, but that's fine. Because I'm planning on switching out my Calyrex the next turn regardless. This should put the Chien-Pao in Extreme Speed range as well, correct? I think so. So I could go for Chien-Pao and Pterodot Sucker Punch the Fluttermane as I switch. But then if they crunch, I lose the Regieleki, and then I lose. And they don't need to Sucker Punch because they're now faster. So it should be Regieleki. Now, do I attack the Chien-Pao? No, I think I still go for the Fluttermane. And Calyrex is far too important in this game, so I will switch it out. And then only a Sacred Sword into the Chien-Pao will KO at this turn, and there's no way that happens. Because that was a Calyrex before. So this will definitely KO the Fluttermane, especially with Chien-Pao's help. And because they've used their Terra, they can't Terra out of the Ice Spinner. And they can't Terra Ghost the Chien-Pao out of the Extreme Speed. So as far as I can see, I'm looking pretty good. Because they didn't protect, so that's an easy KO. And Regieleki should survive any attack that the Chien-Pao would want to go for if it does. It was Ice Spinner, so that was a good play from them. But that did KO. I thought I EV'd to survive that. And now I lose. Pretty sure I EV'd to survive that. Yeah, there's nothing I can do now. I'm completely bent. Oh, it's a 12% chance to get me. Okay. As you do. So, I guess there I need to have just attacked with the Calyrex. But there's nothing I can do now. He'll just Sucker Punch me. And I guess if they're adamant and I Sucker Punch crit them first, it's possible. No, not quite. Oh. 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 I was going to live that, I reckon. Well, that's quite frustrating, isn't it? I'm going to do that calc while I have time to lose. Because I reckon I could survive that. I can't remember what HP I was on. 60 to 72 damage. I'll be able to look back at the recording afterwards, but yeah, that is annoying. Let's just Sucker Punch here again. They were adamant because... so actually it was like a 62% chance to KO my thing, because yeah, they're adamant as well. But I don't get to find out what the last Pokemon is. It was Eternitus, but yeah, that is... I was on like 50% HP, right? I can't remember. I'm going to find out, and you'll be able to put in the comments what I was on. But I think... no, because they're not Choice Scarf, so they're probably Mystic Water. So then, if it was Mystic Water, then it wouldn't have KO'd. But we'll never know what they were. They could have easily been Focus Sash, but the Chempo would have been, so that would have been Mystic Water. So I don't think it mattered.